Yeah, mate. So, obviously, from a Wimbledon's fan's perspective, what you thought about Ole's stewardship of Man United so far?
Yeah, I mean, I was quite sceptical in the beginning when they hired him, because, as you say, from a Wimbledon perspective, we've made that mistake a million times. We've hired like club legends,
Yes, mate. Yeah.
who initially do quite well.
Even the AFC.
The AFC guys more than the Wimbledon FC guys, to be fair, because we didn't really have any legends because we weren't very good before the 1980s. But like we hired Neil Ardley. To be fair, he got us promoted from League Two, but then it just went downhill. Glyn Hodges, he got sacked. You know, various different. Even Jason Ewell's a coach at Charlton. His name was in the hat for the job now, and thankfully we've not gone down that route again. Because, and I think Ole's in that kind of position.
I don't mean to be negligent, but who is the manager of Wimbledon at the moment?
It's Mark Robinson, which you would have never heard of, and that's nothing to be ashamed of at all, because I'd never heard of him really either. But I had, obviously, but he was like youth team manager.
Okay.
So and actually,
they promoted from within, essentially.
Yeah, well, they have done, yeah. But there was a stat the other night on the EFL show that said 25% of the managers in League One are actually called Robinson.
So, no way! Wow.
A little bit of a fact for you there.
A little nugget of knowledge there. Yeah.
I'll leave that with you.
Yeah. So as you were saying about Ole.
Yeah. So I think he's suffering from that a little bit. I think especially with the cluelessness of the leadership that's been going on at Man United in terms of the boardroom and the directorship.
Ed Woodward,
the Glazers. They're just trying to. I think they've done the same thing with the Ronaldo transfer, which we're coming to later.
Just paper over the cracks.
Yeah, but not in the same. I think it's going to work out well for them actually.
Yeah,
but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
So with Solskjaer, I think his record as a manager, he would have never got near the Man United job had he not been a club legend. I think that is a dangerous slippery slope. Yeah. He clearly, for me, he's not displayed that he has either the man management skills, the tactical nous, or even when it came to like the recent fan protests that were going on, he was like historically had a background of being quite friendly with the fans and fans groups, the more militant side of everything. But then when they stormed Carrington, he gave it the absolute party line. He was gave it the. So I kind of feel he's not the man to take them forward. And I think that's what's going to hold them back more so than the Ronaldo transfer, which I think is a good piece of business, but we can come to that later. Anyway.
So me personally, from a Man United fan's perspective, when Ole obviously went on that terrific run after Mourinho basically sucked the life out of the place, it was like, I think we all started singing the songs, and Ole, sort of gave us a bit of pride back,
definitely.
I would say, But I would say you're absolutely right in your sort of analysis of him, of being poor in game tactically. Sort of the only thing that I think he's done right is that he has really successfully ushered in a new period in United's history with the fantastic recruitment that we've done so far. And I kind of feel like he's been more of a director of football than an actual prominent top class manager. You see the effect of Chelsea were kind of maybe effing about with Frank Lampard a little bit.
That's it.
And then they got in Thomas Tuchel, and then there's a delivery there. I think United possibly need to get the nuts now to sort of say, Ole, thank you, mate. If you don't deliver this year, we've given you Varane, we've given you Ronaldo, we've given you Jadon Sancho, you've got Rashford, you've got Martial, you've got Cavani, you've got Donny van der Beek, you've got Bruno Fernandes. Should I go on?
Not bad when you say it like that, is it?
You've got to sort of, you've got to deliver that. And I think he's got to toe the line very carefully this year, because I think there is a lot of Ole sympathisers in sort of who go, look at what he's done from where we were to where we are now.
And you can accept that point.
And that's a very, very good call, mate, because as I said, he's ushered in a period of relative peace.
Absolutely.
When there was a kind of, let's say, I remember when Gary Neville on Sky Sports said, I just don't like this team. I don't like them. Do you know what I mean? Like, he goes, there's no characters in there that I like. And now there is, like, Sancho, you've got, Rashi, you've got, do you know what I mean? There is that element of like, you have an affinity towards the boys.
That's right. More. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And when that's missing fundamentally,
absolutely, yeah,
I think it's quite damaging to the fan base, and the toxicity within the football environment gets.
Yeah, it's perception, isn't it? And I think that's what the Glazers have done in their American franchises, whatever you want to call it. I think they own the New England Patriots, don't they? And they brought in Tom Brady, who is just literally, they've seen the Ronaldo transfer situation and they've gone, we got just Tom Brady.
Well, he nearly broke my heart, man. We'll go into Ronaldo and actually I just say.
I don't know how close that was though. Do you?
Do you reckon that was? We'll do Ronaldo in a minute. Let's finish with Ole. Let's finish with Ole. So obviously, do you think Ole needs to win the title this year, or do you think he can win? Because Chelsea are obviously very strong.
Yeah,
Man City are elite.
I don't think he does. I think he definitely needs to come second. I would say he needs to come second. He needs to be challenging. Yeah. Even if, let's say, Man City win it by 10 points or Chelsea win it by 10 points, I think he'd still be okay, safe. But then the onus would be on him the next year. Yeah. But I think.
So you say he's got one more season
of challenging. Yeah. But for me, he didn't challenge last season.
So he's got to put this team together this year.
Yeah.
What do you think about the football? When you watch Manchester United,
not very good. Last year it wasn't very good. I mean, there's players running around like headless chickens.
Yes.
That's the problem. Yeah. You know, Pogba's being played out of position still. They expect him to do things that he shouldn't be doing. You know, Pogba is the player he is. If you play him where he should be played and you give him the task to do that he can do extremely well, you've got the France Pogba, basically. Yeah. If you want him tracking back and running all over the gaff like Fred,
you're not going to get it.
Yeah, then you're going to get Fred. You know.
Yeah.
And Fred's another one. Van den Beek hasn't had a chance.
What is going on? Rio Ferdinand recently interviewed him on his YouTube channel and was saying that, you know, asking Donny basically.
Might have done.
You know, way there. Was asking him basically, what do you think about, you know, your non-game time, and he's just saying, Donny was being a bit corporate with it. You've got to be there for the lads, and you've got to wait for your chance, and this and that. But I think Ole's missed a trick there now. I mean, like this Fred and McTominay thing. I actually quite like McTominay.
I like McTominay. He's Darren Fletcher 2.0, isn't he?
Yeah. And I think his partnership with Fred works in certain games, but we can't tear the arse off it and do it every time. So
it gets easily found out when you play a Chelsea or a Man City. Like immediately, just forget it.
But I think when we play Man Cities and stuff like that, it actually works because we can overrun them because they are so attacking towards us.
True.
But on a low block with Fred and McTominay, where's the creativity coming from? Behind Fernandes.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Sort of
there's a grey area all the time in that midfield. Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. So I kind of feel like Donny should come in and do that 6 role basically. And Ole's got to give him some football. Otherwise, I'd just say he should do the off. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Really and truly, you know, because I think it's a waste of a great talent. I can see this guy playing for Chelsea very easily.
Definitely.
I can see him playing at all the top 6 clubs.
The bottom line.
Real Madrid.
The bottom line, why is Fred ahead of him in the team? I mean, whatever you think of Fred, some people like Fred, some people don't. But he should not, Donny van Beek should not be on the bench at the expense of Fred.
No.
End of story.
At least have a run of 5 games.
Exactly.
At the very, very least. You paid £40 million for the kid.
That's right.
Give him a run of games.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot to ask for the manager because how are you going to trust somebody if you don't give them a chance to show that you can trust them? Do you know what I mean? So I think Ole's definitely got to work on that. And
wingers is actually what the thing that I think Man United are going to really improve on, because if you've got Ronaldo centre forward like everyone thinks he's going to play,
at the detriment of Mason Greenwood a little bit, obviously. But
for me, Sancho, don't care whether he's on the left or the right, he's got to be starting every game.
Yeah.
And then Lingard was amazing at West Ham last year. If he continues that form, you got a player there.
I'm actually not too disappointed that he stayed. I thought maybe go on, Jesse, for your career.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a great option, mate.
Yeah.
It's a great option.
Yeah.
Rashford, when he gets past his injuries, he will come back into form.
I'm glad he's gone to do it. I'm glad the club didn't stop him from doing that, because he needs to come back and he needs to just be Rashford again.
Exactly.
I think it was
Greenwood on the wings would be a nightmare.
This is the thing with Ronaldo. I'm happy Ronaldo's here.
Yeah. Stick Greenwood on the wing, mate.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it works. He's going to have to play, so
Yeah.
it works, you know. So, I think, in conclusion, Ole's got to challenge.
He's got to, yeah. He's got to finish second for me.
Yeah,
he's got to, because that has proved. I think Chelsea and Man City. Their only problem is they haven't got a striker, which we know. Chelsea are just beasts, I think, this year. I think for me, they're the favourites.
They've gone into, like, this manager's taken them to a new level, really. And I mean, it's Lampard's inspired signings, really.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And I hate that when that happens.
Yeah. He's brought in Havertz, he's brought in Ziyech, he's brought in all these boys.
But Lukaku is...
Yeah, he's an animal. Yeah. He's also got a bit of love in Italy.
Yeah.
An arm round him.
Yeah.
You're brilliant.
Yeah.
Romelu.
That's it.
And he's taken that to Chelsea, and I think.
And that happens out there, doesn't it? Because when players have a year or so out there, they just become absolute beasts.
Well, I mean, Ashley Young actually played quite well last year.
Yeah. He was. He was
young,
unbelievable.
Doing the job for him. So I think he's come back to Watford now.
Has he?
Yeah, I think he's back.
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, yeah. Troy Deeney went to Birmingham.
I've got time for Troy Deeney.
Did you see his Talk Sport the other day?
I didn't see it the other day, but when he's on Talk Sport, he's the most candid football player.
He's brilliant, mate.
You would get.
He's brilliant.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Him and Jose Font.
Yeah, the font of all knowledge. He's brilliant, mate, yeah.
So a little bit of a digression there, but we're going to go into the second part of the show and talk about CR7. Stay tuned.